I didn't see you enter. I didn't hear you knocking at my door. Somehow you found a way to tether. You dropped your anchor down into my soul. Oh, oh, oh. You showed up uninvited. I was caught off guard, I was unexpected. But now I see you, there's nowhere to hide. I'm gonna chase you down, I'm gonna lose this fight. And the years that you've stolen, I'm taking back. I'm spending all my time breaking chains, breaking lies that have weighed me down. Oh, I know I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm pushing into the light ahead, and it feels good. There's no escaping, you've been found. There's no escaping, you've been found. There's no escaping, you've been found. You've played your last card, you're going down, going down. And the years that you've stolen, I'm taking back. I'm spending all my time breaking chains, breaking lies that have weighed me down. Oh, I know I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm pushing into the light ahead, and it feels good. Oh, the years that you've stolen, I'm taking back. I'm spending all my time breaking chains, breaking lies that have weighed me down. Oh, I know I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm pushing into the light ahead, and it feels good.
Nunes. Aloha, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Pigeon. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And we do this podcast, and guess what? We edit out a television show. So every once in a while, you'll see us kind of slip off to do TV, and that means, make sure your collar's straight, your hair is fluffed, and whatever. But we'll give you warning. And we have a special guest here, and that's why you noticed the Namakuli video in the beginning. Well, that's where this young lady is from. She's a longtime friend of mine. We did a, who's this? Hey, Poppy Cheney, mahalo for gifting a sub to Mad Statter. Thanks. I can hear is that roosters on your end, Justine?
Yes, it is.
You're a Filipino girl. You gotta have roosters close by, right? Hey, Papi Cheney, thank you for gifting a sub to Medium 7 Up. Oh wow, you going off? Look at that. Medium. And speaking of Medium 7 Up, let me get this out of there. Let me get the words out of there because it's hard to see, right? Oh, the chat is jumping here. Let me show you how the chat is jumping here. There's Mad Statter. Oh, hey, there's your friend, Justine.
Oh, my
Ramona.
cousin.
Right there, she
My
is. Look,
cousin.
is that her surfing? Saria.
Wow.
She grew up in Eba Beach.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then Papi Janie, thanks for the sub. That comes from Miles. And Keone, mahalo for being here. Okay, there we go. Let's go here again. I want to introduce you to our special guest. And you know, it being St. Patrick's Day, it's not too often you get Filipino Irish girls.
Not often at all.
So please help me welcome. This isn't the TV part. I bumped that. This is for the internet. Justine McClellan.
Hey.
Hi, you Justine.
Yay!
Okay, explain the
Hey, Andy and
McClellan.
James.
I know you're
McClellan
not.
is my married name.
There you go. That's a married name.
Yeah. Filipino, born and raised in Nanakuli.
Wow. Okay. Can everybody hear okay? Nani, I'm sure will. Oh no. You know what? Hold on. I got to bring Nani up on the bat phone. So she says, "Oh, what a." Oh, that. Okay. That's still something else. How do you know Ramona, by the way?
That's my first cousin.
Oh.
Her mother and my dad, brother and sister.
Okay. And what? She's in
And
Nanakuli now.
oh no, she moved to New York some years ago, and she grew up in Eva Bits. Well, back in the day, it was all sugar cane, and you would drive forever and ever.
Well, you know, it's
Sugarcane
funny.
Field
You
Road.
know, for us who grew up in the Waianae area, right? We're the only ones that the direction Eva was actually east. Everybody else, Eva bound traffic. Oh, what? You going town?
Eva ba? That's
I
true.
know. There we go. Hey, how's that? Michael Anthony Smith there? And the chat is moving quick like a swift. Namaste Zen, aloha no, pualani saying happy birthday to Darlene S. Oh, you blew my surprise. We just want to send out a special happy birthday to Darlene
Happy
S.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Larat.
Mwah.
Wow, there we go. And Milton James came almost the man with four names. How's that, bro? Kimo almost from Virginia. Aloha, bro. Garrett Awong. Aoyong. I keep saying
Aoyong.
Aoyong.
That's a good. Pidgin is Awang.
Pidgin is the kind. You know, Garrett Dam. You know, Garrett Dam.
Brother them.
Ba-da-dam. You know, it reminds me, let me just tell this quick story. I was at when we were at the Blue Note, you remember those guys that I was talking to? You know, those are friends of mine from Waianae, right? And one of them was a cop. I didn't really know him, but I knew in school, his wife and Debbie Rego, my friend, right? And he told me, so I said something about somebody did something. He's a cop, right? And I said, hey, you a cop, you probably know who did that. He goes, okay, bro, remember that guy from Nanakuli? The guy about a second orange mailbox, Hakeem Road. And I go, yeah, kinda. He goes, yeah. The guy, his daughter had the dog with the 3 legs. Remember her? I went, yeah, I think I kind of remember her. He goes, okay, so you know who the father is, right? I go, yeah. So he goes, let me tell you who did that. His friend. What?
That's local to the max
That's
right there.
local to them. You know who did that, bro? This guy. His friend.
I was Hakimo Road, Andy.
Huh? What's that?
I was Hakimo Road. Hakimo Road. That's where I grew
I can't
up.
tell who you're looking at. Are you looking at me?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Remember the
Oh,
code?
I'm still
Oh,
learning.
I forgot to use the code. I'm trying to get Justine to look
Okay.
into the camera, but you know.
Yes, I'm being trained in front of everyone.
Yeah, you're not the first one. Look at us. So anyway, you were saying
That's
what?
code.
Hakimo
Yeah, I
Road?
grew up in Hakima Road, off Hakima Road to the right on Uliava, where the Kingdom Hall was, and hydroponic farm and all that stuff.
So local, we
Barefoot,
over-explain
go
everything.
Kapit.
Everybody else, yeah, I grew up Hakimo Road, but us, you know, Hakimo Road, where the power plant was, where to get the dog with the 3 leg, you know, like
That's when you know it's West Side, because only West Side do that.
only West Side do that. Yeah. Okay, anyway, guys, you're probably wondering who Justine McClellan is, and she's going to be talking to us as part of the Women's Empowerment Month. Is it the whole month, right, Justine?
All of March, Women History Month,
Women.
empowering women.
But we met back in 2009 when I had another internet show, and I saw what she
Mhm.
was doing to stop the use of plastic bags, you know, from grocery stores and everything, 2009. And she was active in this. We used to call her the bag lady, and I invited her on the
Yeah,
show,
Oh.
right? And we'll talk about again this in the second
yeah,
segment, but just so people know. And then she went on to do all sorts of other things, you know. And you ended up with your own show in interviewing attorneys and such,
yeah, yeah, and entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurial, and helping people
Hmm.
with different grant monies that were available and credit card
Yep,
stuff.
yep. Just my motto is help people do the work up front and then get paid later.
Oh, cute.
That's funny because I was reading the notes and I was like, bag lady.
Yeah.
And then now it explains why. It's like, oh, now I get it.
Well, think about
Yeah,
it. Go ahead.
yeah. No, no, I didn't give myself that. I think Andy gave me that name after a while.
I'm sure I did.
You did.
I'm
You
sure I
crowned
did.
me the bag lady.
Yeah, we called it the. Well, you know what? She talked a lot about, and again, we're gonna revisit this for the Hamajang. This is the backstage part, right? But
Yeah.
she was adamant about this, and that was 2009. They didn't stop using bags in grocery stores on Oahu till what, 2016 or something like that.
July 1st, 2015, they passed the law on Oahu. The neighbor islands had something in place, but because Oahu is the most populated, it was more important here.
Yeah.
Right.
So 6 years later, after Andy brought me on the show, the bill finally passed.
Wow.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny
Thank
though.
you.
I guess we'll talk about it during the segment, but
Yeah, yeah. And when they acknowledged it, did they acknowledge you as the bag lady? Ah, look here, Johnny
I
Rocks
wish
Hollywood.
Donovan
Bag
Donovan
lady.
Delacruz.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Johnny. Donovan Delacruz was the head of that bill in the beginning.
Oh, we know Donovan Delacruz. Remember, we were
Yeah,
teasing him the other day. Him
yeah.
and Donna Lynn, his sister, very active in the political world. And look here, Michael Anthony Smith saying, "Nice job."
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh,
mahalo.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Justine, hang out. He and I do the first segment.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, to get. Well, we want to give people a chance to make other viewing choices. So we do our best to scare them away. What's that?
Why don't we mention our friends, like Doc?
Oh, yeah. You know what? We should make that a habit. I always feel kind of gutted about doing that. But here's what's happening, Justine, and you'll appreciate this. You know, on the television side, people are buying advertising. Our friends, so we show those ads not here, but when we do the television. But we're so appreciative, we want to mention, even though it's really not included in the deal, like guys like Doc Bailey Crane and Equipment, okay, in Guam, Oakland,
Las Vegas.
and here in Hawaii. You know, if you want a crane, you go check out Doc Bailey Crane and his Equipment. Also, Kia,
Cool.
Aloha Kia. Right, we have
Yeah.
two in my family, so I was happy to do it. And again, another good friend of mine, Bill Vanderherk, right?
Right.
Yeah, that motorcycle I was telling you about, you know, that I got it from him, right? And also, we're working on TNT tinting, right? We just got
Oh,
it. We're
yeah.
building the commercial now. Tommy, you know, Silva
Tommy
said, "Hey,
Silva.
you make going commercial. We're gonna run them like that." Okay, he's such a good guy. And by the way, you know what I didn't realize? That TNT tinting is probably in the top three most successful tinting companies in the country.
country.
Wow, that's
country, in
amazing.
the whole of the United States, because I didn't realize he does those big buildings
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff. You know, you think of him as tinting cars, but they
Yeah.
tint windows, they tint those giant
Right.
buildings. And
Wow.
yeah, and they save people a lot of money because of the UV and all that
Yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
I don't understand. But yeah, so anyway, those are our three favorite new girlfriends.
Well, let's not commit like that.
That's
These
good.
good
No,
friends.
that's
Good
good
friends.
friend all the way. Yes, Johnny Rocks Hollywood says she was on the Late Show, and your online one too. Yes, you remember, Justine? Yeah, I know.
I don't know about late show, but yeah, the online was ahead of everyone's time back in
What,
2009.
you weren't on nighttime? Didn't I have you on nighttime to talk about
Mm-mm.
plastic bags? I did not.
No, no,
Is
but
it?
you know,
Go.
thanks for thinking it was.
No, you
It
know,
was.
listen, little show business trick. Never say you weren't. Go, oh, yeah, that was so much fun. Oh, my goodness. Hanging out with Neil Sedaka and, you know, just, you know, jamming with. Anyway, okay, let's do television. What do you say?
Yeah, let's attempt to make a TV.
Okay, so hang for 8 minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, Justine? Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go here, and then let's call this segment 1. There's segment 1, and I can play this and charge straight into it. Oh yes, we need to start the timer. Thank you so much. Start this and do that.
Hey, how's it? Like a full-time job.
Yeah. Good thing neither of us are working.
And then tell me what you have. So it's so funny.
Aloha, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Pigeon. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
That's right. And we start every show by mentioning that this show is edited from a podcast. And we do that so that when you see comments pop up on the screen, you know, you're not saying, where the heck did that come from? Right, James?
Right.
And we do this show. Tell them when we do it.
We do it 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time every weekday. We simulblast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch.
Yeah. Because no one will have us on permanently.
Yeah. So join us, join our chat, our live chat.
Live chat.
Which gets behind the scenes views of this TV show.
Looks like this. You see, it's already jumping there. And then what I do is if let's say I take Johnny Rocks Hollywood and I click-onize him, look at this. Here, edited for quality assurance. And then
Perfect.
if I click on Keone Nunes, there, he's on television right there.
And he's
How's
coming
that?
from Thailand.
He's in Thailand, yes. We have people from all over, you know, Michigan and
Pennsylvania.
Miles is coming in from Boston, and we got plenty of people coming in here, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every once in a while, you know, we editorialize a news clip, right? And, you know, being of Filipino heritage, oh, I got to mention, duh, we have a special guest. Justine McClellan is going to be joining us on segment 2, talking about empowering women, how to save some money on your credit card charges, maybe even get some help from the government if you had to shut down during COVID. And one of how I met her, and that was limiting the use of plastic bags. She does a bunch of stuff, very interesting. She'll be here for segment 2. Okay.
Cool.
I know. So anyway, check this out, okay? I'm not even going to intro it. You got to see
Let's
this.
see.
Car plunged off a ledge in the Punch Bowl area.
Yeah, just take a look. Casey Lunn is live at the scene. Casey, what's going on?
Whoa.
Oh man, great, Steve. We're really grateful to report that nobody was hurt during all this, and things could have been much, much worse. Take a look at this setup here. That vehicle, the sedan, a
Casey's
Toyota
Aloha shirt.
Camry, was parking in the space that you see up there above. That's a business. It's a accessibility
Kinda
to
missed the
technology
parking.
business of some
you
kind.
get
Please tell me at
accessibility
some point
company?
she lurched forward, may have accidentally stepped on the gas while she was trying to park, and you see what happened. That
Yeah.
came down and crashed onto that other four-door sedan. That belongs to
I
Mark
hate
in
to
Central.
laugh,
Mark is
but-
with me here. Mark, can you come here
Now,
and
listen
just
to this guy.
tell me, first of all, a little bit about
He
what
looks
you
mad.
experienced this morning when you woke up and how you found this? You were close to getting in your vehicle around this time.
Yeah, I was supposed to work at 7 o'clock and I had my alarm on 6. I said it's too early because I work close by. Then I waited 30
Inocencio.
minutes. Then by the time I go out, I saw the cops and then I come close to my car and I already
I'm
saw what
guessing he's
happened.
Samoan.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It's the height,
But
yeah.
I'm still grateful that I'm not
the
inside.
accent.
My kids
Oh,
are
I hear it
safe.
now.
And even the lady who's driving the other car is safe.
Yeah, I noticed you had car seats in your vehicle, and timing been just a little bit different. Things could have been much worse, and so I'm sure you're kind of counting your blessings today.
Yes, I am. I'm still thankful to God.
I'm very thankful as well, Mark. Thankful that you're
And of
okay.
all the
Thanks
places
for
to
speaking
park,
with us
I
as
told
well.
you move out
I did
into the
talk to
shade.
police. They say the driver of that vehicle isn't in any kind of trouble. Didn't appear to be intoxicated or anything like that. Just an unfortunate situation. You can see though behind me the tow truck's starting to clear that off of Green Street. That's where we're at. So traffic-wise, didn't cause a lot of problems except for folks that were parked here. Obviously, the streets are shut down, so that's a little bit of an impact, but nothing
Except
too
for those
serious.
that were parked right under it. Oh man, I gotta tell you. Hey, what happened? Come on, Button, no act. I mean, imagine of all the places. I'll bet you at night
Right.
that place is like,
Right.
bumper to bumper. All the places, the people that park right there, right? And brother went, "Hey, look, one open space. I scored
And it's like right in front of his house, like right across it.
right across the street."
Yeah.
Whew, he goes, "Hey, this is my lucky day."
You got to do his accent.
What, did I accidentally do his accent? I'm sorry. Well, I'm good at the Samoan accent, and he has that classic pause.
Yeah.
So I came outside and the car was on top of mine.
And thanks to God.
Oh, look at this. Pooch says, "Looks like double parking."
I think that's what they call tandem parking, right?
And the worst part is the guy who hit him from the top. He's probably trying to convince the guy, "Nah, no need call the insurance. This can buff out.
My brother get one shot. My brother can buff him out.
My brother just buff this out."
How did she get out of the car? Because there's it's on top.
How did she get out?
Yeah, she doesn't have to climb down. I mean, that must have been a challenge
Oh yeah.
to get out of a car.
It's easier than climbing up because of gravity. But
I would have
again,
been scared though, especially with my weight. If I was to open the door and try to climb out, it would probably shift the car to falling down some more. So,
James, if you were in the car on top, it would have kept going and landed on the street. And then he would have went, "Oh, still good.
yeah, just buff them out.
Put him in drive. Sorry,
My bad.
my bad." That's all. That's his new license plate. My bad. Oh, what is Keone Nunes saying? Devin, one of the singers is Thai from, they have private conversation. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes.
But if those of you have any questions or would like to comment, please hit up Andy on his email address.
I gave her a quick introduction. We have about 50 seconds left. Look at that paper and tell me so people can maybe queue up questions for Justine in the second segment. What does it say there?
What does it say here?
Yeah, see, every segment.
Right.
Oh, I don't mean to confuse you, bro.
Yeah, you just threw a test. You give me a pop quiz all of a sudden.
Pop quiz, brother. How's your retention? How long you had that paper?
So it says, Aloha, Andy.
Oh yeah, that's all we need to know.
I meant your email address. You got to pop up your email address for the TV people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for the television people, thank you. Change the subject. One of my favorite tactics. Anybody asking something you cannot handle, just change the subject. My bad. All right, gang, we'll be right back with Justine McClellan, and we will tell you what she does after this.
So you're going to do that first and then come in?
Oh yeah, let's go here. Okay, and then And then we'll come back here, and this is
Backslate.
back slate 1, and I forgot to clickonize this over here 1. So that when we're coming up on 2, I reset the timer. Oh, it's so convenient to be able to reset that timer. Wouldn't it be nice if we could reset our careers?
Yeah. Well, you have a career to reset. Mine hasn't got started yet.
Well, that's because you never studied a paper. I told you, studied a paper.
I read it. I was like, where is he pointing at? What is he talking about?
Wow, that's too funny. Well, so you know, folks, Justine sent me an email that, is more, than I read in high school. So now I gotta, okay, what's this? Oh, you know what? I gotta go back to, wait, let me see if I can do this here. Hold on. I know, Nani. My watch is buzzing, things, but I'm on this thing and I was trying to read. Hold on. There we go. Nani says, Johnny Rocks Hollywood question for Justine. Yeah, okay. Hold on. We'll bring her on first. I'll save your question, Johnny. Okay. There. Always answer a question with a question. See, there you go. See, Rick, who has been around. You're learning stuff
That's
today,
sales.
Chip.
Let me write that down, Rick S. Thank you.
In sales. And then Ramona says, oh my God, I forgot how hilarious Andy, and I love his guests too. Oh, well, that's your cousin, that's why.
It's my cousin from Eba Bits.
From Eba Beach. Eba.
Eba Bits.
Eba Beach.
You know, Eva Beach is in Hawaii, Andy. Did you know that? Same place I got this Hawaii volcanic water. And
Wow.
I just wanted to point that out to you that when I get thirsty, I drink Hawaii volcanic water.
Oh, look at you. And it doesn't have any, like for blind people, if they were to touch that bottle.
Yes, they have raised here the island chain. So you don't go like, I think this is Missouri. No, this is Hawaii.
Hawaii water.
Yeah,
Oh,
and this
that's
is
right.
made with recycled plastic.
Justine will appreciate
Yes, be pono, do what's right. Oh,
what's
I almost spilled some on my shirt.
No, not that. What?
This beautiful shirt that has some green in it.
Yes.
In case you felt like pinching me today.
Oh, I don't have green.
Yes. I might reach under the table
Okay.
and pinch you. But this is from OahuGolfApparel.com.
.com.
Yeah, so get your shirts. I forgot to mention
What's that?
that you can wash these in the washing machine.
You can wash a shirt?
Yes.
Alert the media.
No, here's the tricky part. You wash the shirt and you can pull it out and wear it right away. Because
Wet?
it doesn't hold the water like cotton does. Yeah, so you can just wear it nice and cool. So I just wore mine today.
Johnny saying subtle segues. We are the king of that.
Yes.
We are the absolute king of that.
Speaking of kings wore shirts.
Kings wore shirts?
Yeah. And speaking of shirts,
You're going to hurt yourself here. But
I might need more than
anyone else
salompas.
you want to pimp out?
Yeah.
By the way, we don't get paid for what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just gets free water and shirts.
Yeah. So if anybody wants any mention,
6X shirts. Yeah, all the people out there who are looking. No, they have all sizes. But, they specialize in the bigger shirts.
I actually bumped into somebody one day who owns a shirt business, and he goes, "Yeah, I get one shirt for you." I was like, oh, "Well, awesome.
Wow.
Let's work it out." So.
You know what? We went over the ledge like that car did. I feel blessed that we were not hurt in that one.
Yes, thanks to God.
ISIS.
Yes.
Thanks to God.
Yeah.
Ay, sos Mary Jose.
Ay, sus Maria Jose.
You can hear Justine in the background going, okay, let's say they make dresses. 6X. Do they make dresses?
Not 6'8", but they do make dresses.
They do.
Yes.
You know, I had a friend, and he was a motorcycle guy.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife were the same size. So he would go into stores, and when he wanted to surprise her and buy her mu'u, serious, he would put it on and go, okay, yeah, this would fit her perfect because it fit him. And here's this biker
know.
with the patch and the whole thing going, oh, I can try on that mu'u. What?
So he has the hips and everything.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna say they were the same size. That's all, and it wasn't size 3.
This is like my daughter and her now ex-boyfriend from high school.
Yeah.
I seen him playing basketball, and I was like, wow, he has the same shoes as my daughter's volleyball shoes. And I'm watching him play basketball, and I was like, after the game, he walks up to her and hands her the shoes. I'm like, you're wearing his shoes? She's like, no, he forgot his shoes and he wanted to borrow mine. I was like,
And they had same feet.
same size feet.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I got to tell you, Justine, I know you can hear us. I don't know how you're going to follow all this wonderful entertainment content.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
handle.
You can, and Nanakuli girl can handle, right?
Can handle.
Whew. Well,
She's the bag
Or if I
lady.
go,
she's the
if I go off the rails.
No, that's already been done.
Yeah.
Don't do our act. Learn how to
Thanks,
die
Mr. Bud.
yourself. Okay. And Lady Tie Dye has Lady Tie Dye. I gotta find her a question. Where is it? Oh, here. Yeah, I'm saving the question. I'm not even gonna read it.
Cool.
Okay, so we have 2 questions already. Okay, so let's do, this is segment 2 because
Dos.
Justine is in it. Okay, so we're gonna go to Mo'ocam, right? and then we go here, and then we say 2. This is 2 mints in 1. Man, I'm showing my age on that one. Okay, and now we do this. I start the timer here, and then go. And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, woo, you're so lucky because today our special guest is Justine McClellan. Yes, that's an Irish last name, even though she grew up in Nanakuli.
Wow.
But she helped us remove plastic bags from Oahu. She's involved in saving businesses money and people who use credit cards. We'll get into that. We got a lot of segments to talk about it.
Important
But
person.
Please help me welcome Justine McClellan. Hi, Justine.
Aloha, Andy and James and the Hamajang gang.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned that you were also one of my first guests on In the Car. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. Guinea pig style, like, hey, Justine, what you doing this morning on a Saturday morning? You drive up to my house, and in your car is like these sandbags holding down a mic stand with your phone. And you know what? I gotta find a way to make this phone move so I can drive at the same time. So we go Ace Hardware in Wahiwa. Hey, that's you, Andy. And you found this PVC pipe. You like
Right,
fit
it tied it to
perfect
the-
in the mic. Yeah.
the
So he goes,
camera.
whoa, this bugger work really good now.
That was you were one of the first guests. And people went, you're going to interview people while you drive around in a car? I said, yeah, but
You're ahead of your time.
it looked good too. You know, the trick is to have attractive people on the other side of the camera.
Oh.
So hence her being here today.
Oh,
Now
thanks.
let's talk about, you know, when we met back in 2009, and you were an advocate for lessening the use of plastic bags. Give me the history on that one.
Well, I had just left my full-time job and I was trying to think of something entrepreneurial. And John Fink came on his little segment after the news way back then. And he goes, some man or woman is going to make use of these single plastic bags and make a business out of it. I'm like, well, that's what Hawaii needs.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research and I found my own reusable bag and I called it Just Bag It Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I went on Twitter. So everything was new to me on social media. And then Andy Bumatai reaches out to me in the DM. I'm like, oh my God. Andy's I'm like, and he goes, you want to be
Hide.
on my show? Yeah. No. So he invited me to check out his online show, which was way ahead of its time. This is way before smartphones and everything. So it wasn't easily accessible. But anyway, he said, just come down, see how I do things. So beautiful ING cafe upstairs. He has all this equipment. He has his son Ace and a friend, doing all the behind the scenes. So I said, okay, I'll come on for one segment and talk about the dangers of all this plastic in our environment. And next, I was a regular. And then we had people send in photos of them using their reusable bags. We call them the baggers. You
We
know, the
call them the
baggers of the
baggers.
month.
And here,
The baggers.
Ramona has a. This is your cousin, Ramona. She says,
Yeah.
"Do you still sell your bags?"
No, no, no.
Okay.
I think in 2011 I kind of shut that down and I had to go,
Okay.
you know,
And
figure out
here,
other
Johnny
things
Rocks
to do.
Hollywood wants to know what is your next environmental project? I accidentally erased the
Oh,
message.
no,
But
no. I don't have any right now. That was that I stayed on that for a few years, and I was on Andy's show in 2009. It wasn't until 2015 that July 1st, 2015, that they
mm-hmm.
passed the bill to ban single-use plastic bags because of what
Wow.
it's doing to our environment. And the thing is, I think somebody had a question about what was challenging. And I think on Andy's show, I said, people don't like change. The only people that like change are babies, right? So think about so think about
Yeah.
when we had to start using the seatbelt. I mean, you guys are that
Yeah.
demographic, so I grew up in the 60s,
Yeah.
and nobody wanted to use seatbelts. What for, right?
Well,
Now
you know
it's
what?
automatic,
We didn't
right?
need it because we had daddy arm. Remember when you
Yeah,
got, oh,
mommy
your
arm.
dad put your daddy arm out. You are safe. No way you're going to hit that dash with daddy arm. You know.
Yeah,
Hey,
or mommy
Lady
arm
Tie
too.
Dye has a question here, and she says, "What was the hardest part about working on plastic initiatives? What is the most ambitious project you'd like to see come alive?"
I think I'm going to reiterate was just getting people to change their habits because, making them aware. That's the main thing that we did on Andy's show is making people aware just how bad it was out there in our ocean, especially that Pacific gyre. Remember that, Andy? It's like
Yeah.
the size of Texas or bigger, and it just floats around with all this plastic.
All right, right.
And
Right.
the fish in the marine, they ingest all the plastic, and
Ah.
then we eat the fish.
It just killed a
You
whale
know?
on Kauai. Did you see that?
Oh,
That poor this big
no.
whale, and it was washed up. They dissected it, and it turns out it was full of plastic that it couldn't digest. It just plugged everything up.
Absolutely.
It was
Yeah,
absolutely crazy. But you
absolutely.
know what? It was interesting because when you did your bag thing,
Hmm.
people were going, well, and then the grocery stores did a cool thing. They charged you for a reusable bag. So you start going, well, yeah, give me one. And then it was, $1 or whatever. Then, yeah, give me one. Pretty soon you got all these bags at your house and you're going, I'm going to start using these darn things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a
they give you like a 10 or 15-cent credit if you bring your own bag. So that
Yeah.
was an
yeah.
incentive.
It's a lifestyle change which we're doing today. It's always make sure you have bags in your car.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
what? Just in case you go to the store. So yeah, all our cars have grocery bags in them whenever you need to make a stop.
You know what? I'm such a supporter of Justine that not only do I have bags in my car, I have bags under my eyes.
Well,
Me too.
make sure it's not plastic.
No, it's not plastic.
Okay.
Not plastic,
All
guys.
right.
But that's just my way of saying, I feel you. Okay, let me go back here. Let's see. Hemp makes a plastic bag that is biodegradable. That's Stephen.
Of course,
That's
it's
pretty
Steven.
cool. Yeah.
You would know about hemp bags. But he's a Waianae classmate of mine, and we used to, shall I say, indulge. Oh, never have bags in the stores in Germany. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, a friend of mine was telling me that too. When he went to Germany, yeah, the grocery stores don't have bags over there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can squeak Mad Statter's question in. What defines single-use bags? Because Seattle banned them, but we still get plastic bags at grocery stores. You know what? When we come back, let's start with that question, and then we'll segue into the other things that you're doing to help people.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Manakuli girls start like help you. You get backas.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. So, hey, gang, thank you so much for joining us on the Daily Pigeon. Our special guest, Justine McClellan, her married name, on St. Patrick's Day when we return. No go ea. Thanks. What if I made it?
You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
OMG. Hold
got
on.
some
I
of
gotta-
those-
I could use my fancy graphic. Oh, the only time I can use it. Okay, so let me go here, and then Cam, come on, bro. Oh, did it die? I died. Oh, look.
It's on.
I know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
It's
we'll
telling
go
us to go
here,
to
and this
this.
was 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
down 2. I know. Ah, that camera. I wonder if it's just overheating or something. What do you think?
Well, the temperature is getting warmer. On the island.
Oh, okay.
On the
That's it.
island. So in here too.
It's global warming.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what? By the way, here, Justine, I want to show you of Jerry Lopez. You know the surfer Jerry Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
He was a guest on the show, and he sent me a video of him in. I think it's in Arizona or someplace. But check this out. I don't. Just for
Oh,
no
surfing,
reason.
yeah.
Check this out. Gil Soto, thank you for the 100 biddies. Look at this start. Watch this left arm come up every time. I watch this guy like that. Okay, I'm on my one wheel. Okay, watch him left arm up. Watch him for the comeback. Woo! So smooth, man. This is the kind of wave pool that they're trying to build in Elba Beach.
Yeah. It's going to open soon.
Yeah, it will open soon. Does your cousin Ramona know about that? They're building that wave pool in Ebba Beach.
I heard
like
about
that,
it.
like what we just saw
Yeah.
right there.
She's been living in New York for like 3 decades now, though. So it's been a while.
Well, what am I hearing?
Motorcycle. Huh?
Oh, is it?
There
Oh,
it goes.
oh, that's your husband?
Yeah.
Go off on his
He's gonna
bike.
go for a ride.
I was
He's
going,
gonna go
what is that
cruise.
noise?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I went perk up.
Yeah. Oh, your genes. You knew what that was.
I was just in my mind. I went,
It's in your
excuse me.
fiber.
Honey, I gotta go.
Podcast over. Andy going ride bike.
You know when brother get one new motorcycle because we need milk. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Take the trash out.
Well,
I can ride my bike.
Yesterday, my husband, I went to go make Kahlua pig and cabbage. He brought the cabbage in his backpack on the motorcycle. He goes, I didn't forget. One head cabbage.
The only motorcycle accident I ever got into, this lady in the rain kind of hit my front tire and knocked me over. And when I fell over, my first thought was, the pickle mango! I go into the saddlebag. Oh, nothing.
You gotta say the pickle mango.
The pickle mango. Okay. Okay, let's see if we're Mad Statter. Okay, we had her her question. I want to remember
It's
what
down.
It's down
down,
this.
yeah.
It's down here more.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Okay, I'm gonna star that so that I can get to it. Good question, Mad Statter. Same here. Ooh, I'm gonna star that so that we can act like I can save these in a different file so I can find them fairly easy. Oh, okay, and here's one about Germany again. And hi there, Andy. Oh, hi, Jojo girl. Oh, how are you doing this afternoon? Well, same old, getting by. The show or me? Me, I'm doing fine. The show, if it wasn't for Justine saving us, I don't know. You never know.
You remember our interview at Harley Davidson? That was fun.
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
I interviewed you. We were at Harley Davidson and I interviewed you.
Oh, yes.
We talked about when, I used to sell coffee machines.
Yeah, that's what I
You lived
did.
on your own, I think at 16 or 17.
Yeah, well, that wasn't by choice, but, my
Yeah.
father was old school. Okay. Here Ramona says, "Oh my God! Here in Sullivan County, New York, it's still winter. This morning was 32 degrees. I can't wait for spring." Well, Ramona, today in Hawaii, it was down to like what, 72? Man, had to bust out the thermal slipper.
I had to wear socks with my sandals.
Here in Sacramento, some of the stores charge for plastic, but will give paper bags for free.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
killing turtles costs something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Did you see her? Yeah. Oh, oh my.
The whole
Hurt,
new.
hurt a
Oh,
little bit. Hurt a little bit.
you old enough to get a job. I don't know what that means. Okay. And then Ramona thinks that's funny. Okay. So what? One more segment or what? Let's
Jansen.
read the paper. Read the.
Well, the next segment is going to be about Women's Empowerment Month, aka Women's History Month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be a majority of segment 2.
Is there anything else in that paragraph?
You want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, read it.
Okay.
I was just.
Celebrating women who made an impact in politics, activism, arts and culture, science, sports, humanities, etc. Great fact. There is a, let's see, it's a link.
March
So March
4th.
4th, recording of Patsy Mink, the first woman of color in Congress.
Oh, see, that's how we.
Asian.
That's great. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all women have a great impact on humanity. We birth and raise humans. I'll talk about self-love.
See, now I
and
can't stop
self-care, etc. I'm like Russell Masanaga. And women
Hey,
in the
Doc, you never
workforce
mean that.
and those who own a business. The challenge of juggling family, work, and self-care. I was a single mom for a while, trying to do it all. Seg to how I help businesses with money.
There you go. Okay, see? Now, wasn't that worth it?
Yeah.
We don't have to do the segment now. We can just go skip 3 and go straight to 4. Okay. Let's get serious. We gotta do TV.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right. So Mo'Cam, you lazy bugger. Okay, so we're gonna
Maybe
go.
he's Irish, so today's his.
Might be, because that's why he's green.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Man,
The
we're
green
looking
wall.
up there. I wish we could see him. Okay, this is 3. There we go.
Why
I
not?
notice you do 3 like this, and I do 3 like. I wonder if that's a cultural thing.
Well, I usually do 3 like this.
You know what? They said that there are certain cultures when they count, they start like this, like they go, get 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they bring the finger in.
Oh, not up.
Instead of out. Yeah, because but us, we go out because a lot of times we like make just one finger.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think it's what we put out the numbers where a lot of people are humble, have a lot of humility. They bring it in.
Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, how many times have we said, folks, you gotta join us for the backstage stuff, because then you will realize why we, have to bring in special guests like Justine to save the show.
The madness.
The madness. OMG. Anyway, we were talking about plastic bags, reusable, how people are dealing with that. So let's bring our guest, Justine McClellan. There she is. Hi, Justine.
Hello.
So, on the bag thing, right? Let's finish up that one idea. Mad
Sure.
Statter said, what defines a single-use bag? That's her question.
I think every state, county, even country, international has their own definition. But on Oahu, it would be taking your groceries or your retail products and having it in one of those thin plastic bags, and then
Yeah.
you just throw it out. For me, I used to use it to take my dogs for a walk. But
Yes,
anyway,
if you have dogs, you
single
don't
use.
throw them away. You
No.
save them. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, and
Yeah.
then Lady Tie-Dye says, Justine, what is the hardest part of working? We talked about that. That was the
Yeah.
getting people to change here. And
Yeah.
then Lady Tie-Dye thought that Mad Statter's question was great. And Kehaulani says that in Germany, we had to bring our own shopping bags. Stores had
Yeah.
no bags.
Yeah, some places international. I think when I was doing your show, I went off to Italy and they didn't have any. So you either carried your stuff in your arms or you bring your own. So they
Wow.
were ahead of us, the US.
Look at this, and this is a great idea. Here in Sacramento, some charge for plastic, but give the paper bags for free.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because it's biodegradable.
and I'm going to show my age. Well, how else you make bukkava?
That's right. and your own artwork on top of the
Yeah.
book cover.
Do you remember doing that? Cutting up a bag and
Yep,
taking your book and folding it and slide. Whoa, that thing.
yep.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the last I ever saw of that book, by the way.
yeah. Well, now they don't hardly have any books. Everything is online.
Online, like this
Digital.
show. So, Justine, so you went through your your bag phase and
Yeah.
was instrumental in stopping stores from doing that here on Oahu. Mahalo nui loa e kawahine. And then you moved on to you know what, I'd like to talk about this whole women's empowerment thing
Sure.
first for a segment, if you don't mind, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as a single mom, right? How challenging was that with everything that you were doing?
Um, as a single mom, I was trying to be an entrepreneur, doing several different things like marketing and helping businesses with saving money here and there. And then at the time, I had my daughter 1 week on, 1 week off.
Yeah.
So 1 week off, I just like go for it. And then I lived in Ia. She went to school in La Pietra. So just taking her to school, bringing her home was like half my day.
Yeah.
And then so
La
you have to
Pietra.
fit in. Yeah, you have to fit in all of that you're doing. But at the same time, right around that time, I just turned 50. So I noticed my body was changing. And then there's so much information out there that in order to, help your family, help your business, whatever you're doing, you have to do self care. So any of us that, fly in a plane, it said, put your oxygen mask on first. And when I
Yeah.
first heard that traveling back in the 80s or 90s, I'm like, what? What about my kid? Well, if you knock out, how are you going to
How
help
you
your
going to
kid,
help your
right?
kid?
Yeah.
Put your
Yeah.
mask on
So
first. Yeah.
so save yourself, take care of yourself. We only have one body. And so right around that time, women go through their menopause and everything, and things change drastically. So I think for women, the baby least steps is just take time for yourself, whether it be 10 or 15 minutes. There's so many apps out there now where you can just zen and take deep breaths, because that's really important to oxygenate your body. Also, what I found out over the years, like when I used to eat, I used to get so bloated. It's because we have microbia in your stomach, your gut.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the good bacteria in there and more of the bad bacteria, everything goes to hell. So you got to find a good probiotic, prebiotic, and also fix your hypothalamus, which is
Wait, hold on.
the
I got to take
engineer
notes.
or
Take notes.
yeah.
I thought
So no,
thought I was listening to a
you
Greek
know,
tragedy there for a second.
it's
Caesar and
just that there's so much.
hypothalamus.
Yeah, the hypothalamus is the one that takes care of all your hormones. So your
Yeah,
body's made
because
of
I have not
hormones. So
come to kill hypothalamus. I am here for microbiotic.
A2 hypothalamus?
Shakespeare.
And so basically what you're saying is, on top of all the challenges women have, at a certain point they just get loaded on with
Yes.
more.
Yeah, because we do it all. We have the baby, take care of the baby. My daughter didn't sleep at night. My son's going to be 42 next month. My daughter
Yeah.
just turned 21, so I don't have little kids anymore. But we all remember those days, and you're a grandpa now, right? So
Yeah.
you can give the kids back. But
Give them back. Thanks, Sarah.
I
I'll let
yeah,
borrow. But here, look, Keone Nunes says poi is a great probiotic.
that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. And then
So yeah.
hypothalamus, beware the Ides of March. Don't even start with everybody else. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard another chicken.
yeah, that's the manok out here where I
Yeah.
live. But anyway, a great fact is that right here in Hawaii, one of the women of empowerment was Patsy Mink. She
Oh,
was the
yes.
first congresswoman,
Of color.
in 1965. She was what they considered a double minority, the color of color, but she was Asian American,
Yeah.
plus she was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to break those barriers was, really cool. And she had all her stats. Anyway, I listened to a podcast by her daughter, Gwendolyn Mink, and Asian author that studied Patsy Ming, and they have a really good book out about her. But she was one of those women of empowerment that
Wow.
she observed things, and that's how she got into politics. She just observed what she didn't like, and she spoke out, and she ended up in Congress, and she even ran for president. I didn't know that.
I
Like
didn't
she
know
would
that
have been
either.
our first one. Yeah, she's trying to run for president. So I think
So,
as far as women empowerment, yeah,
when will you be launching your campaign?
never.
Never. I would rather actually help people. Yeah, I know. Well, you know what?
Yeah,
When we come back, we'll talk more about that and other phases of your career. I know you did a lot of sales, and especially interested in the part where you're helping companies that were impacted by the COVID,
right.
issues. So when we come back, we're going to talk more to Justine Gromwell. Gromwell, look, I showed my old age.
That's
McClellan
okay.
after
I got
this.
plenty.
Sorry, I used
That was
to.
from the old days. That's
I
from
know that's how long I've
2009.
known you.
So I was like, who's that?
I know, I know,
Victoria,
no,
at the time, Victoria was like about 4 years old. How
yeah.
old is she? She was like 7 or
Wow.
8.
She's
She was really
21
little.
now.
Now she's 21.
Oh man. Yeah,
Marine
well, we go way
biology at
back.
CSU. Yeah,
Let me tell
yeah,
you something. That whole women having to. I guess if you want to change your name, you could. But well, I had a bunch
yeah.
of. I had a whole table full of girls that I knew in high school, and I didn't know one of their married names. And I called them all by their maiden names, and they were like,
But that's
"Oh,
okay.
I remember that."
Did you ever learn my maiden name, Andy?
The
I I tell you right now, it is Justine Dokoskos Malalis.
that's what it was. This couscous,
And the
which
Coscos, Mark the Coscos played Wo Fat on Hawaii Five-O. That's my
yeah.
second cousin.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, Rick S says, I solved the plastic problem here. I just snagged one of those Dole banana shipping boxes and I reuse it. Goes from store to my trunk. You know what?
That's really smart.
I keep a big sturdy box. It's cardboard, but it's got handles in the back of my truck. If I go to Costco or I go shopping, I always just, the kind of real old man thing to bring that in the grocery store. Out there, because we don't have to worry about being cool anymore, right?
I like the bags because I can carry like 5 on each hand.
You can.
You can, James.
Oh, I told my wife to keep her maiden name. I knew a guy.
Oh,
I knew a guy who took his wife's name.
Oh, I know a few guys like that
Yeah.
because for my couple of my friends, they didn't get along with their own dad,
Yeah.
but
wow.
his wife doesn't have any brothers, so he
Oh.
wanted to honor her dad by taking that
Yeah.
dad's name and then continuing that lineage.
Yeah, there you go. That's all, Andy. Right on. Okay, you know what? I just got a low battery warning on the hearing aid in my right ear. So if that goes out
Uh-oh.
during the show, we're gonna
Beep,
have to
beep.
we're gonna have to play a video while I change that.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. But it's cool. It's cool what you're saying about taking care of physical health, but you also were mentioning also like the mental health as far as being a mother
Absolutely.
and doing all the work and taking your daughter to school. You're living in IA and going over to is it La Pietra, Kailua, or is that
That's Diamond Head.
Diamond Head? Oh yeah. Because I
Yeah.
was I think for a time for my daughter, I was a single dad. Had some help with my parents
Yeah.
in raising her, but yeah, so the stress where I had to be not just nurturer but also disciplinarian,
Yeah.
and it's tough. So like you don't have that like, hey, go to your mom, go talk to your mom. I couldn't push
You
her off
can't.
to that. I had to
You
handle
can.
whatever issue she
Yes.
had at that time.
That's the only reason people get remarried.
Just so I can say, oh, your father coming home.
Yeah, you better watch out. You go see your mother.
Yeah.
I asked a friend about that, one time, and he was a single dad with a daughter, and he said, you get to that age already, but you can't walk around in your underwear anymore. And I went, Really? He goes, yeah, because you got a daughter and you cannot be in your BBDs walking around because, that, oh, wow, look at that.
But it's just like now because it's just me and my dogs in my room. But then now my daughter comes to visit from spring break. Then it's like, oh, I'm in shorts again.
Oh, daddy get his boxers on. Oh, and especially when their friends are over. Oh, you girls like use the hot tub, Paul.
James, you have
okay.
a college daughter?
Yeah, she goes to school in Casper, Wyoming. She's 19.
Dang, I didn't think you had kids that age.
Well,
Hey, look,
I'm
Shakalaka's
old.
here. Hey, how's it, Shak? I know the time frame is tough for you. Plus, you got your Kempo classes or whatever martial arts she's teaching now.
East Coast?
I don't know. I think it's West Coast. Might be West Coast. I'm not exact. Mitsui 20, haven't seen you here. Hey, aloha, Kaela. There we go. And then Kaela saying, how's it to Glenn? I keep my name for financial reasons. Too much to change. Yeah, Pualani. Yeah, my wife went through that. She goes, oh no, all the things you have to change, right? And I said, oh, good. We don't have to worry about you divorcing me then.
Too much work.
Oh, Shakalaka's on the East Coast. I didn't know that, Nani. I got a bat phone from.
Ooh, that's 6 hours.
Well, look at Keone. It says that sumo wrestlers take their wives' names of foreign sumo wrestlers.
Okay, the sumo wrestlers who are foreign often take the Japanese wife's name to get citizenship, as you need a Japanese surname to be a Japanese
Wow.
citizen.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's
Wow,
interesting.
I did not know that either. Okay, so what do you want to talk about in this next segment, Justine?
We're going to talk about helping small businesses and nonprofits with the COVID relief funding, the ERC.
Okay. No, nobody say anything because I'm trying to remember that. We're going to talk about COVID relief for small businesses. We're going to talk about COVID relief for small businesses. We're going to talk about real wine.
That's your script, Andy. That's your sides.
I know, but I can't read that email you sent me too much. Okay, here we go.
I know.
So this is 4, right?
4.
Okay, this is segment 4, and I click the button eyes right here, and I gotta tell you, folks, our guest today, Justine McClellan, is dazzling us. She was the bag lady to help reduce the use of plastic bags, women's empowerment, and now she's on to helping small business with COVID relief. That girl can't keep a job. Oh man, let's welcome back Justine McClellan. Hi, Justine.
Hey,
So now,
good to be back.
tell me about helping small businesses with COVID relief.
Yeah, there's been a lot of financial aid out there, and one of them is called the Employee Retention Credit Program, and
Yeah.
it's for small businesses that have and tax exempt would be nonprofits, churches, any 501(c)s. Uh, what it is that the government put into legislation through the CARES Act that because they did these governmental orders to shut down either full time or partial, it affected businesses, right? Some of them went out of business, some of them just barely making it.
Yeah.
So, what it is that if you had W-2 employees, you can get up to 26,000
Per
per employee.
employee?
Yes, yeah. So
Well, you know
I've been
what?
helping businesses for about a year now.
Our guest yesterday was Russell Masunaga, our
Right.
dentist, right? Aren't you helping him?
Hi, Rob. Yeah, we're gonna get together. He's such a busy guy, but we're gonna get together on another Thursday off because he told me he had to shut his office, his dental practice down for 3 months.
Yeah.
So that set him way back. And so what the government is doing is rewarding these businesses for retaining, that's why they call it employee retention, retention,
Yeah.
by giving back a portion of what their employees' salaries. So it's been amended 3 times. It's super complex. It used to be if you had PPP, you couldn't get it now. And then the second amendment, they said, okay, if you had PPP, you can apply, but we're not going to double dip for whatever quarters. It's super complex. So I'm an affiliate for a firm called ERC Specialists. what I do is because I've done so many B2B business in the past.
Yeah.
They reached out to me and said, okay, nationwide, there's about 32 million small businesses, not counting nonprofits. And not everybody knows about it, especially the really small mom and pops. So you can
Yeah.
have anywhere from one employee now to 500, where it used to be small business was considered 100. So they amended it. If you have 500 employees per EIN, which is the employee number, then you can file. And
Does the
the
dis
firm that
does the disruption have to be specifically COVID related? It can't be a flood or anything else.
No, no, it has to be the government ordered you to shutter down. Like one of my clients is Waikiki Resort Hotel.
Yeah.
Their hotel had to shutter down.
Wow.
So we were able to help them. They have like 89, 90 employees. All the way down to my smallest client is one employee full time, one part time. And she was so happy to get that relief funding. So a lot of people still don't know about it. There's a lot of misconceptions about it. Now there's all these fly by night companies promising they can do it correctly with be
Justine,
100% IRS compliant.
I just did a quick, calculation here. If you're getting 26, thousand an employee, you have 90 employees. I'm talking about your resort there. That's 2,340. Huh? I mean,
Well, they took PPP, so they won't want you to double dip
oh,
on
okay.
other COVID relief. So um, they got just under a million.
Hey, Michael CEO, good information. Thank you, Justine. Are you on LinkedIn as well?
Well, can I share my phone number
Oh,
so
yeah,
people
yeah,
can
yeah.
call
Okay,
me?
well,
Yeah,
Russell
so
did the
because
same
I
thing.
saw Doc Russ, but this time,
Oh, look at you. Okay, wait, there you go. Yeah, hold it right there. Perfect. Look at this. Dr. Russ is going, why didn't I think of that? But here's Justine saying, I have a printer and I'm not afraid to use it.
yes. So that's
There.
my number,
Okay.
my email for ERC.
Yeah, so
Okay.
for the visually impaired, that's 808-852-8302.
ERC, Justine at ercjmnow.com. Merchant advocate. Oh, there you go. Hey, can I ask
Yeah,
you, Justine?
that's for the next segment.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's for the next segment. Okay, how do you need any special training to qualify for what you're doing?
Uh, the funny thing is, people approach me all the time and they really don't give me much information. I'm very assertive. I do a lot of research. I've been doing this for a whole year now, so I pretty self-educated myself. I'm now affiliate of ERC Specialist, where I was just a
Wow.
referral partner, where all I do is I provide a link and you can fill out the questionnaire, and everything is at no cost. We're 100% contingent, which I love because we will do the work for you before we even get paid. In fact, our specialists don't get paid until you get your checks from the IRS.
And then
So I love that.
wow, that's attorneys do it that way often.
Billable, yeah. Well, I just wanted to let people know that people like Doc Russ, if you have a favorite dentist, if you have a favorite church, favorite church, if you go to church or their favorite nonprofit, I would say, if you want to help them stay in business because they're still struggling,
Oh, still
really, really
struggling.
struggling. In fact, one of my clients is, Rick Nakashima of Ruby Tuesday. He had to shut down his Kapolei location
Oh,
because not enough
not
employees, the
enough.
revenue was down, and the lease was up. So he had to shut down one of his Ruby Tuesday, which was really sad.
Wow, look at
And
this.
they're still shutting down. There's a lot of restaurants still shutting down because they just, so if we can put an infusion of money into their pockets, and granted, IRS is backlogged, so it'll take anywhere from 4 to 8 months to get their money. It's coming, if they
But
apply for it now.
a small business with 3 employees, the last thing they would think is going for a government loan that would give them $75,000 approximately. That's a huge amount for a small
Yeah.
lay company or something that W-2s.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Now, W-2s, if you own the business, you can't claim yourself or any relatives. You cannot claim your mother, brother, sister, cousin, all that.
Yeah,
But everybody not related to you, you
yeah,
can, surely
sure.
apply for them. And The deadline is April 2024. Believe it or not, I've been following up with companies for about 10, 11 months before they take the time out to apply. So do it now.
Well, you know what? We're going to ask you to put up that little sign with all the information on the next segment. But this is
Okay.
good stuff. Okay, see, listen,
Yeah.
we've got bags, women's empowerment, and free money from the government. Does it
Well, not
get
free because
any
you already paid into it. Yeah.
does it get any better than that? We'll be right back with more of the Daily Pigeon, James Money, and our special guest, Justine McClellan. Boom!
Got him.
Got him. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now this was 4 down, right?
Yep.
Okay. Whew, there we go. We got to bring up your light, or are you just that much darker than me?
The light's here, and my hand is long.
Oh,
so I gotta
yeah.
Back
Okay.
up my hand. Yeah. Like Palmolive commercial. Madge, I soaked in it.
You're soaking in it. Oh, I remember that.
You remember that?
Oh,
Oh
look
my
at this.
gosh.
Okay, here. And Namaste Zen says federal money really helps the economy. Yeah. I've been listening. Patsy Mink is responsible for Title IX.
Absolutely, you're right. Yes.
That's
Yes.
and she has that big, beautiful park named after her
Corp.
in Waipio.
Yeah.
That's a great. I spent a lot of time there, one wheeling around.
Yeah, it's a huge place.
Okay,
That's
listen,
huge.
so good to hear, Molly. And what did Molly say? I'm going back. She says, Pualani, the kittens are doing great. Even my stray is living the good life. Probably got the PPP loan and the ERC. I'm just saying. These kittens, they're resourceful.
Yeah.
I know. And in fact, look, speaking of kitchens, here's Zatoichi cane sword. Looks like a bunch of spoiled bananas.
My fingers?
Maybe, yeah. Could be.
But you know what? That's the most sweet banana. You use
is.
that to make banana bread. It's the sweetest banana. So
Yeah, my
whop
wife
your
used
They say
jaw.
that you can,
Whop your jaws.
you can tell an age of a woman by her hands.
Really?
Does this look like 60 years old? Oh, there's the age spot right there. You see them?
Oh,
I'm starting to get more of those now.
You know what you do? You make nanakuli. Okay, see that black spot? Okay. You think that's age spot? For nanakuli. That's one tick.
No, I was going to say something else. That's a fly to kind.
That's the scar from when I jump off the rock.
That's what that boss that guy was getting scabby with me. Oh, you're still young. Hey, let me tell you something. That's why she likes hanging out with me, because she'll always be that younger woman. You just say, yeah, a beautiful young lady. Andrew, no, hey, I'm 70. Okay. Speaking of which, let's for those of you who may have just tuned in, Darlene S. It's her birthday today.
Yay, happy birthday, darling.
Oh, happy
Darlene.
birthday, Darlene. Thanks, Okay, Stray Kitten is always about ERC. Been telling me the deadline to apply is April 24th. Is that correct?
2024. Yeah, 2024. That's
Oh,
the
so
absolute
next
deadline. But
year.
yeah, we don't know if legislation is going to terminate it earlier. They already
Yeah.
shortened the program, so they might shorten it again.
Wow. You got to help me pronounce this name here.
Salesi Tesina.
Alessi Ticina. Happy B-Day, sister. That's she's talking about Darlene. And West Side Makaha repping, brah. Thank you for being here. Mahalo. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we're doing okay. Okay. So let's see. That was 4. I'm clickinizing this to go to segment 5. We have 2 more segments. Justine, one is 8, and the last one is 6.5.
Yep.
So what do you want to talk about in this next one? So I don't have to go through your paper.
Helping businesses again with their processing costs.
Processing costs, credit card processing costs, or any
Yep.
processing costs?
Credit card.
Oh,
Yeah.
credit card processing costs. Man, ooh, you got them, girlfriend. Oh, okay. That's why your husband could get a new motorcycle.
Yeah,
Okay.
this Namakuli.
Let me go here. Boom. Okay, then we're going here. And then it's five
Boom.
alive, staying alive, staying alive. Okay, and then I hit this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And our special guest is Justine McClellan. And she's been talking about, again, I mentioned this over and over because she's into so many things.
Yeah.
Bags, women's empowerment, the ERC, I think that's what it called, or is that the company that she works for? Anyway, it's relief for people impacted by COVID. In this segment, she's going to talk about reducing credit card processing costs.
Man.
Let's welcome Justine McClellan. Hi, Justine.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad to be back to this segment.
Yeah.
This time, anytime you go to the store, you use a credit card, right?
Yeah.
So uh, merchants spend a lot of money paying for that. So what our company does, Merchant Advocate, and I've been with them for a couple of years now. Uh, our analysts go in and they look for any kind of hidden costs that you shouldn't be paying, because a lot of people don't know that the credit card industry is unregulated because they're run by the biggest, most powerful banks. So you can't legislate those guys, right?
Wow.
So they put in all kind of these hidden costs, inflated costs, and people look at their statements and the business owners and they're like, forget this. I don't understand any of this. It's like a foreign language.
But
Where
look
our
at this.
analysts,
Michi
yeah,
Mama. Hold on now. Michi Mama says, my auto repair shop asked for a check instead of credit card,
yeah.
probably for a lot of the reasons you just mentioned.
Absolutely, because it costs a lot of money. So anyway, our analysts will go in, look for any hidden costs, figure out what you can save every month. It's 100% contingency. Our firm doesn't get paid unless we can save you money. We're not a processor. We work with all the processors, and we negotiate with them to bring the cost down. And so I've been helping a lot of local businesses here now for a couple of years.
Let me be a devil's advocate here for a second. So I say, okay, you let me in my business, and then you bring my credit card costs down, but you take some money. Does it ever equal out to it's just the same thing, or the cost
Well,
savings
what
is
is
so?
the Yeah, the cost savings is a fraction of what your processing fees will be, but any savings today, will
Yeah,
make a big difference. So say we can
okay,
save a company $1,000 a month with
yeah,
our renegotiation. The merchant keeps 50% of that found money, which they would never have, and we keep the other 50% as our
wow.
as our fee. But it's contingent, and we do all the work. Or our analysts do all the work. What I do
Wow.
is I introduce them to the businesses that want to save money without switching their processors.
And
And so, yeah,
Kevin Fraser wants to know: are there fees on debit cards too?
there are, but they're not as much as credit cards. So we mainly focus on what the credit card associations, which is Visa, Mastercard, American Express, Discover. In fact, they're going to make changes every April and October. So we monitor your merchant statement. So all a business has to do is send their merchant statements. Our analysts will look at it and say, hey, you're in a good place. There's nothing more to be saved. Or, which is like 85% of the time, we can save you money.
Now,
And it's a beautiful thing.
does processing a credit card the same as maybe doing Apple Pay, or using your phone? Is there any difference there?
There is a difference with businesses that do a lot of volume. That's what we mainly focus on.
Yeah.
Apple, Square, and all those things. You have to do a tremendous amount of volume in order to find savings because there's a lot of flat fees involved. But
Okay.
like I mentioned before, Ruby Tuesday, Gyukaku, the hotels. I have a plastic surgeon. I got little restaurants, even nonprofits because they take in a lot of credit card
Yeah.
transactions.
You're trying to tell me that there are people who get plastic surgery and put it on a credit card?
Oh yes, the plastic surgeon I help. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness.
Well,
There's
it
a
makes it
lot of
makes
women out
sense.
there.
Okay, just on
I
a
mean, they
side.
can do financing. They
Yeah.
can do financing, but a lot of them have credit cards.
Did the plastic surgeon ever say, "Oh, what, Justine? You like do some trade?"
Oh, I wish.
Oh, I wish. Are you kidding?
You pay plastic with plastic.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you should tell him, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of plastic people are using.
So
Well, these
organic
plastic
filling.
surgeons, yeah, these plastic surgeons also sell products. They sell a lot of product that you wouldn't see,
So,
in a drugstore or any of that. So,
I know I'm kind of joking about, you bouncing around and doing all these different things, but how did that happen? Are you doing one thing and somebody comes to you from the credit card processing and says, "Oh, great job. You want to come work for us?" Or how did that happen?
it's crazy how that happens because people will come to me and say, "Hey, Justine, somebody so and so, this company is looking for people who want to rep their stuff." And I'm like, well, I want to be very picky about what I'm doing. I've done a lot of what do you call that? Multi-level marketing and stuff like that. I would
Uh,
say I wasn't successful, but back in the 90s with Amway, I learned a lot of positive thinking. I learned how to talk to people more fluently because Nanakuli, I only knew Mara Fara Sista Brada Lara. So I had to learn how to, like, I think Andy mentioned it. You have to learn to enunciate your English if you come,
you
from
got
a
to learn
Pidgin
how to
background.
enunciate.
Enunciate. I remember that. I
But you know
remember you
what?
said that. It
And and
applied to me big time.
and again, I'm always, saying that I feel like the proud uncle, when somebody like Justine is on camera, because I remember you. Well, let me come down and I'll just sit off camera and watch. And you said I could never be on camera, talk
Uh-uh.
in front of with a peer. I
No.
remember you saying this. What you're doing right
Yeah.
now was completely beyond you. And guess what?
Oh, I know. I give credit to Andy because he gave my first exposure to online. I have done in my younger years a lot of modeling and commercials. That's in front of the camera, but that's different. When you're trying to communicate with people, give them an idea that maybe they'll be interested in, it's a whole different ball of wax. So what we were
Yeah.
doing was educating, bringing awareness, and I was so dang nervous. So I go there and I got my paper, all my highlight, yellow highlight, just like this freaking email, right? So detailed.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Anyway,
When we come back, and this will be in the last segment, 6 minutes and 30. It's going to fly by. I want to know how you talk to your daughter, who is now 21, and is it like talking to your younger self, going, "Okay, I know you're not going to listen to me because I didn't listen to people who were my age giving me advice."
absolutely.
Okay, because that's a unique, and she's lovely as you were in
Thank
your
you.
modeling days and still are. We'll be right back with more of the Daily Pigeon after this. Do not go away. Okay, if you have to, that's all right. Big. Oh, five. Okay. Okay. Now let me change this over here and
Yeah,
then
click
go
stop
the
first.
time. Huh? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
click
right.
stop
Thank
first.
you. Pink. Okay, and then go to timer and change it to 6:30. Six turtles right there, and then this is
Click on
six.
eyes.
Click on
Also, she wanted to talk about JDM Hawaii.
JDM.
Nah,
Well, no, we don't have to talk about that
Okay.
yeah.
because
Because
that was
that was
was
based on six. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Is that those little trucks
K trucks,
that are on the right? The driving is on
the right side.
the right side. I
Yeah.
see. There's a few of them here in Mililani.
My neighbor
Yep,
has
they're
one.
good on gas. Yep, they're good on gas. They have to be 25 years or older in order to import them to Hawaii. And I worked for uh, the biggest and best car dealership. Uh, I left in October, and he called me a couple weeks ago. I said, "Please come back, Justine. Come back, please," to bring the people in. So he
Wow.
offered me. He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do they find you, see you, and go, "Oh, here's a lovely, articulate, smart businesswoman type," and
I actually, Mark went to Go Farm program, so he didn't have a regular job. So I pretty much, carried the tow financially. And I thought,
yeah,
well, I better go take a full time job. You know, I didn't want to. I went on Zillow and he saw my resume and
yeah.
I worked for 9 months and I figured, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. And then he calls me back like 4 months later, please come back.
Well,
So,
because you do a good job. Tell people what your
yeah.
husband does for a living too, Mark. What he's doing.
Oh, okay. So back in the day, he did a lot of film from Lost to movies. The last was Hawaii Five-O. He was Alex O'Loughlin's Steve McGarrett's stand-in, and then
Oh
he did
wow.
some stunt. He did voice in the back. And fortunately, we had that in common because I had one speaking part in Hawaii Five-O season 8, which I was really grateful for, and I did background. But that ended in 2020, just before COVID. So he does landscaping yard work on the side. And
Hmm.
so when he went to the Go Farm program, I thought I'll just take a full-time job. And so when he graduated in November, he got hired by Aloha Green Apothecary. And if anybody knows that, that's cannabis medicinal.
Yeah,
He does work in a farm, but it's for marijuana farm
yeah.
as a cultivator
Is it all medical? It's
for
medical
medicine.
marijuana though now, right? Right.
Medical. And now I think they just passed to really focus on adult use, which is what they call recreational,
Yeah.
recreational
Well, they're
use.
working
So you
on
don't
that
need,
right now. We did a
yeah,
story on legalizing the recreational side of things,
right,
right?
where you don't need your 329 card, but you can just go and,
Miles in
yeah.
Boston wants to know what episode you were in. He'll search it out. He'd love to see you.
Oh, season 8, 2018. I was the grieving mother. My son died in Afghanistan. So Andy, you know what it's like to make a movie, and I don't know if you knew, I had to cry all day long. Um,
Oh,
there was the
honey
handing over of the
onions, huh?
flag. Oh no, they do their magic. Once you run out of tears because you got to do it over and over again, they have
They
their
got the
magic of how
drops.
to make you cry.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
have they do all kinds of stuff. But we had the burial where they give me the flag inside the church. And what's interesting at the church that we filmed in, 2 years later, that's when my sister had her funeral service.
Oh.
It's really ironic, and it was
Wow.
on her birthday that we held her
Wow.
her
And
funeral.
speaking
So
of
I was
birthdays,
gonna say,
happy birthday
happy birthday,
to
darling,
you, darling,
happy
as it's your
birthday to
birthday
you.
to you.
Happy
Okay,
birthday, darling.
and many more.
there we go. Okay, let's do segment 6. Anything particular you want to talk about on this? We can do a wrap
Um,
up or.
just do a wrap up and then maybe put my number up one more time in case anybody wants to help businesses with any of the stuff that I talked about.
Here, let's put it up right
Pretty
now
much.
so that just
Oh,
no, make that guy no shit. Back it off a little bit, right there, right there. A little, yeah, there you go. Just so we can, the people on the internet want to take a look at that. Now, is Justine, is this number good for just people in Hawaii or around
oh,
the
anywhere.
country? Can they can
Yep.
contact you for all
U.S.
the things?
territories. Yeah, U.S. territories count too as well.
Okay. And ERC is the company, right? It's not the loan, right?
Uh, oh, ERC is the name of the government funding, and
Oh, yeah,
ERC
I was right.
Specialists. Yeah,
Okay.
ERC Specialists is the firm that I work with, and
Okay.
they do all the heavy lifting and figuring out if you qualify and figure out your amount that you're going to get
Okay.
back.
So we'll show the sign again in the last segment here, and I can say, hey, listen, whatever you're looking for, no matter where you are, you can call Justine, and she'll, figure out how to get you some help. Okay.
Yeah,
There we go. And I'm serious because I used my high voice. Did you hear me go? Okay. Okay.
yeah, I heard that.
All right, there's the purple thing. Hey, what's going on here now? All of a sudden, this comes up on my screen. I'm gonna close that. Okay, we're going here, and this is 6
All my fingers can't fit on the screen.
because you gotta back them off. Back them off. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There, now they fit. You look like. Okay, let's see here. And Darlene S. Aloha, Andy and James. Thank you. Wow. All right, I'll try that. I'll try to find it. Oh, thank you. I'm sure we'll find it. He's good at that too. And Off the Hook says, "Happy birthday, Darlene." Okay, even in Las Vegas, I'm guessing that works too. Aloha. Okay,
Yep.
here we go. Wait, let's let Love Pat's comment run off. And I reach up here to start this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final segment. And so interesting to talk to a woman about empowering women, helping them financially, saving the environment with plastic bags. And it's not just about Hawaii. Let's bring on Justine McClellan to tell us more about that. All the things you're talking about, the ERC help for victims of COVID and the credit card processing money savings, that's not just Hawaii.
No, it's all U.S. mainland and the U.S. territories.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, before we forget, let's throw up your sign again. And then
Oh,
here,
yeah.
and I'm going to go to a full shot so that you have, there we go. You need to back it off a little bit. Back it up. Whoa, right there. There we go. So that's the number, 808-852-8302.
I love that voice.
Call now. Operators are waiting. There we go.
I'm the operator.
Yeah.
Oh, before we keep going, I want to say hi to my Canadian soul sister Molly.
Oh.
Molly, she and I met on your online show way back in 2009. She was one of the ones that tuned in all the way from Canada. And then she actually traveled here, and we got to meet IRL in real life. So
Is she
we've
in
been
the
following
is she
each
in the
other on
chat
social
now?
media.
Is she in the
Yeah.
chat now? Molly?
She remembers Dave. She remembers Dave from your online show back in ING Cafe. Molly.
Not this Molly, Mad Statter. This
No,
is another Molly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Molly, post something in the.
There.
Oh, here she is.
Here she is.
I'm here.
She goes, I'm here. Hi, Molly. She's my soul sister
Oh, there.
from Canada.
That's great.
I think she's still in Thunder Bay. I'm not really sure.
Well, that's great. You know, I can't tell you how many people of the Hamajang gang got together after, in IRL, flying all over the country, meeting each other. In fact, we tried to put this thing together
Cool.
in Las Vegas. It
Yeah.
just didn't happen because of, guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the things you're helping people with.
I made a lot of friends through your show back in 2009, and we kind of still follow each other.
And that was 2009. Think about that.
So,
Well,
oh my
Molly's
God.
now part of the Hamajang gang.
I'm a dang gang.
That's all you have to do is just be here, and then you're. Because who said it? 90% of it is showing up.
That's like parenthood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, and then speaking of parenting,
Yeah. Well,
you were going to talk about
Go ahead.
my 21-year-old daughter.
Oh, that's right. I want to
Yeah.
know, when someone has, like you hear people saying, if I had to talk to my 21-year-old self, I
Absolutely.
would go back. This is what I would say. But when you have kids, you don't have to imagine what that's like. What sort of thing do you tell your daughter?
Since she was little, I used to write her love notes every single night since elementary. So I would read her a book at night, and then I would take a little piece of paper, write every attribute that I recognize. Thank you for helping Mama fold the clothes. Thank you for helping or doing so great in school. So every morning she would flip over the paper, read it, and get ready for school. And then now she calls me up and asks me for recipe ideas at 21 because she's in college, long distance, and she asked for relationship advice because she went through heartbreaks like all young people do.
Yeah.
So it's really refreshing. She was at that age where she just rolled her eyes at me. Don't hold my hand anymore at age 7 as we go to school. And then it progresses into don't embarrass me, don't take videos of me, don't talk to me in front of my friends too. Mama, I left this in the microwave overnight. Is it still good to eat? I said, oh, do the smell test. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Small little manini things like that she calls me for now, which I really love.
Have you ever asked her for advice?
No, but she tried to give me advice. She told me my makeup. Oh, she goes, you don't know how to put on makeup, man. Your eyebrows are not on fleek, mama. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Uh,
unsolicited. Oh, that's too funny.
absolutely, but that's
Yeah.
just part of it, you know.
But
They're amazing kids.
but she's modeling now, isn't she?
She was. She did a
Oh,
photo shoot for Kim Taylor Reese. She did a few things here and there, but she's so busy with school. High school, she wanted to go to. We did some commercial auditions together, but because of private school, they don't give you time off. And if you take time off, it's like you got 10 hours worth of homework. It's insane. So she never really pursued it. Yeah.
did she
She
ever?
wanted to. Yeah. Go
th-
ahead.
I was gonna say, did she ever say, "Mom, I really like this modeling thing. Can I drop out of school?"
Nah, nah.
Okay.
She loves Scholastic. She's part of STEM right now because she's taking marine biology. So
Yeah, that's
super
where
proud of her.
she probably gets that part from you because you're always learning and
Oh,
teaching yourself new
I
things.
you remember the Algalito Research Foundation,
Yeah.
Auntie? She went on Captain Moore's boat when she was like 10 years old. So maybe she started then, you know?
Wow. Well, you know what, Justine, thank you so much for being here and
Oh,
sharing your
thank you.
wisdom. And I hope people picked up on the number. If you need help, with the ERC government money for
Hmm.
impact that COVID did to you, or the
Right,
credit
right.
card processing, or the bag lady. Really appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Thank you so
No,
much.
thank you for inviting me. Good meeting you, James.
Aloha.
Aloha.
I couldn't think of anything else to say, so we're gonna do a fade. We're just gonna do a fade. Yeah.
So the TV recording is done, but we're still on live with internet, just so you
Yeah.
know. But again, yeah, the phone number 808-852-8302.
You
Thank you,
didn't use your
James.
radio voice.
Because we're not on
Oh,
TV anymore. So
Oh, I think the Hamajang Gang deserves your radio voice.
they
I would
deserve
like
the
to hear
best.
it.
All right, you guys can call Justine McClellan at 808-852-8302.
Ooh, lots of energy.
woohoo! That was
Lots of
good.
energy. There you go.
I
She's
talked
gonna
to
be.
Joe Typel the other day with his voice. You remember Joe Typel?
Oh, Joe Typel. He drives me
Surfer
crazy.
Joe Typel,
Joe Typel is
auctioneer.
the auctioneer. He's such a good auctioneer that when he talks to you, he speaks like that.
He doesn't turn it off.
It's just like, okay, I'll buy it.
He told me he did an auction at Kahalanui, which is a retirement home, and there
Yeah.
was a lady who was 104 from her wheelchair bidding on something. I don't know, 104 because we're talking about
Right.
longevity and how
And the
people are
worst,
living longer
and
now.
I don't know. I heard he told me that same story. Do you remember what she was bidding on? A
What are you
skateboard.
gonna say?
I want the exercise equipment, the skateboard, and the dating service line. I couldn't think of a dating service.
104.
I need a dating service. What was it? What would be a good
They
dating?
have them now for people over 50.
Yeah, but
When I was
I need a
single,
name for one so my
yeah.
joke works. Bumble, is that one? No. So look, what a testament to us. None of us know an online dating service. I'm proud of us.
Something
Well, it's so
meets.
crazy. My daughter was worried about me when I was single because I was stayed single for 3.5 years. And she goes, Mama, I'm so worried about you. You're gonna die alone. I said, don't worry about it, baby girl. Don't. She goes, go to Christian Mingle, go to
There.
Match.com. I'm like,
There.
what?
That's it,
I did it.
Match.com.
Yeah.
My joke
Yeah,
would
I
look
didn't.
better.
I didn't.
Look at here,
Yeah.
Nani Aloha. What a name. Joe Typo? No, it's Typo.
Typel, Typel,
Tipel, right? Typo.
Tiepel. He's been an
No,
auctioneer
I'm
for 35
spelling.
years.
He was, he was the surf guy for a long time. He gave the surf forecasts and different surf report things on radio. And then he got into this auction thing and found a
Yeah,
niche that no one was filling. Smart guy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he doesn't let that auctioneer voice go at all. He doesn't come out of character at all.
I know.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Well,
Yeah.
can you imagine him? I mean, I don't know. Is he married? He's married,
Yes,
right?
he talks about his wife all the time. So,
And it's like, hey, how do you want it? What do you want for dinner? I'm thinking about eggs, but I'd like 1 egg. Can I hear 2? Can I hear 3? I'd like 4 eggs. If else anybody's got 5, do I hear 5 in the kitchen? Honey?
The kids come in and say, "Well, we want pancakes. So we got pancakes. We got pancakes. We got eggs. We got pancakes. Pancakes. It is."
oh, Joe's ear must be ringing.
Great guy, though, in general. It's just,
Yeah.
dude. Okay. It reminds me of one time I wanted to do this video about this guy that marries like a supermodel, right? Hey, Rick S. Hey, he gifted a sub to Darlene S. Oh, how cute is that?
Birthday.
For her birthday. That's her husband doing that.
Oh,
Isn't that cute? I know. But I imagine some guy, and then all of a sudden this supermodel walks out and he goes, "Wow, it's your wife." He goes, "Yeah, it's not cracked up with it. You'd think it was." And all she does is the supermodel thing constantly. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, great."
Yeah, she's doing it
Oh, you mean
again.
like
Yeah.
the selfie thing and all the glam thing?
It never turns off.
Never turns off. And
Never
walks.
turns
She,
off.
puts one leg over the other when she walks.
Oh, yeah. The catwalk.
Yeah.
I
and
taught
then-
my daughter how to do the catwalk.
Oh, the catwalk. And I used to do this thing in my act. I go, "You ever see these women? These models here. I got to go to this one. Hold on." I said,
Oh,
"You ever
their
see these?"
face.
No, I said, you get these models, and before they can change direction of their eyes, they have to close their eyelids.
That's the attitude.
I was going, "You know why? Because like this would be too much information to process." I'm dizzy. I can hardly stand because my legs
I'm
crossing
dizzy.
each other.
You get seasick.
I know.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. Those were the days I had to wear those 5-6 inch heels back in the 80s to do runway. And in Hawaii, I was 5'6" at the time. I shrunk by an inch.
Yeah.
I was tall. I was considered tall, so they used to use me for runway all the time with the 6-inch heels. Go down that ramp and do exactly what Andy said. Close your eyes before you turn.
Before you turn, of course. But you know what? Let me ask you, honestly, did you ever eat it?
No. Oh, thank God.
You
Thank
see those
God.
videos, those poor
Oh,
girls.
it's
Did they
horrible.
lose
Yeah.
it?
And when you're backstage and they're rushing you, it's
Yeah.
crazy backstage, and they shove you. Okay, your turn. Go now. So you're like, ugh.
And you got to go
You're
from
like,
60. You got to go from 60
Oh.
to 20 miles an hour in a heartbeat. Okay,
Oh.
now relax.
And in the
and
back,
be-
you're like throwing off, then putting
Yeah.
on the next outfit, and everybody's half naked or naked. Nobody gives
I think
because you
that's
got to
how
get up on the stage.
I always wonder, why don't they just get more models so they can go slower? But I guess it's about because you get paid, right?
Yeah, I've done informal modeling where you go into the restaurant with lingerie. Ooh, that paid plenty money.
Lingerie? You did lingerie?
Yeah,
I like
I
seeing
did
the
informal
videos.
modeling. Oh, new videos. You're talking like late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s.
You know,
Back then.
aren't you glad that when we were in our yeehaw days, there were no camera phones?
No, yes, I'm so happy.
Your daughter would be like, "Mom,
Ew, ew.
ew."
That's exactly what. Now if she sees me trying to eat chocolate and stuff, she goes, "Mom, diabetes,
Oh.
diabetes in a bar."
I remember when, I've mentioned this before, but, when those girls from my high school class were at my show, one of them had her daughter with her, right? And I said, "Okay, listen, put your fingers in your ears because I'm about to talk about how hot your mom was in high school." She's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
I was Nanakuli homecoming queen, and Nanakuli no more money for the kainya. What do you call that? Where you can sit convertible. So they sat me and this other guy on top of the hood of the car in my satin gown that I sewed, going around the track, Nanakuli High School, and I'm slipping, trying to be, do the
you were
wave.
on top of on the hood of it, the
On
front.
the hood, because he didn't have any convertibles. I'm like, oh my, with my heels, and I'm sliding.
That,
Practically, I'm
uh,
holding on to that car emblem they have on the hood.
Yeah.
nobody had truck.
No more truck even. It was so sad. Oh, and then I had to give back the crown because no can afford. Yeah, give them
Yeah,
back so the
everybody
next
got
day
a
you
thing.
can wear them.
That's so
Oh,
funny. He goes,
recycle everything.
Miss Nanakuli, and she wins a set of Craftsman tools. I still get the crescent wrench. Wow, that's too
Oh,
funny. I remember, at Waiana High School, I was in the marching band, and we had to have white pants, white shoes, and
oh
plenty of
yeah, I
people
did that
couldn't
too.
plenty of people couldn't afford the white shoes. So I had plenty of
Mm-mm.
guys marching in white socks.
Oh,
I know. I was like,
really?
yeah, it's all
That's
right,
so
can.
sad.
Oh, what? Nobody had a
Yeah.
Ford Ranger? Ever not? Evidently not. It's out the Ichikane sword.
Susan Page
No,
modeling.
so
Yeah.
funny, so
S-
funny.
Susan Page. I know. I don't know who Susan
Oh,
Page
I
is.
went to
The
Susan
modeling.
Page. I went to her modeling school.
Yeah.
Susan
I had to
Page?
learn
Yeah.
how to. Susan Page.
And Alamoana.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly, James. I went because I wanted to be a model, but growing up as a fat kid, that was beyond my wildest dreams. Well, I went to school. They never got me a job, but I learned how to sit down and have etiquette and had to figure out all these forks and knives
Yeah.
The
and where to
tines.
sit. So I'm like, hey, in Nanakuli, when you finish your food, you just scrape that bugger right in your mouth, or you use your hands.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't waste nothing. When you
But
grow up poor,
here,
you eat every
Blazing
single
Jake,
morsel.
this Jake, he's a good-looking guy. It doesn't surprise me that he used to model. He's got really long hair too.
Oh, cool,
Ooh, they
cool.
teach you how to do the high fashion runway and the business. That's great.
Absolutely. But I didn't get any jobs from them. I actually got into it by kind of accident. I was selling custom tailoring with Steve Sasaki. Sasaki family owned Malahini factory. They did all the muumuus and aloha shirts,
Hmm.
and they all had their businesses upstairs, all the kids. Across the way was Ray Sasaki with ADR Agency. So I used to see Brooke Lee go in there
Hmm.
when she was a teenager before Miss Universe. I'm looking at this girl with these long legs. There's like forever long legs, and all the
Pokoliti,
talent that would, huh?
Pokoliti says, "Mom and I went to John Robert
Oh, I
Powers'
remember
dad.
John Robert Powers. Yeah,
Dad still jokes,
waste
oh, waste
money.
money." Oh, but
Yes,
I remember I had to read. You leave the West Side and you start hanging out Hamakamaka people, right? I bought a book on how to eat, and you start from the outside, the forks, and you work your way
yes,
inside.
and work your
But
way in.
do you know the trick when you're sitting in a round table and there's bread on one side and there's water and then bread and then water and bread and water? Do you know the trick on what is your bread and what is your drink? Do you know the
I think
trick?
on your right hand side, right?
No,
Everything's on your right hand side.
you hold your hand like this, right? And you put it down on the table, and the one that says B is bread, that's your bread, and the one that says D is your drink.
Oh.
How's
Nah,
that?
that's so cool.
So you can tell all the guys from the country as soon as they sit down. And then after they
Captain
pow,
Kangaroo.
yeah, Captain Honolulu.
Oh, Captain Honolulu. That's
You
right.
remember that Captain Honolulu? I can still do
Yeah, Captain Honolulu. Why can't I do that? Checkers and Pogo. Well, I
them.
cannot with his head.
Well, I tell you what, Justine, thank you so much for being here. We're going to wrap it up here. We
No,
actually
thank you.
a little longer, and then this will be probably on the air in about 3 weeks. But it'll be on the internet here on Andy Bumatai show in the playlist, and you can watch all the backstage shenanigans after that. Okay. And
Thank you,
Molly
Andy.
says, "Great hanging out with you guys. Aloha, aloha to you
Bye,
too."
Molly in Canada.
Yeah, and
And my
there's
cousin Ramona.
and Rick says, "LOL, McDonald's can't do that." Yeah, they can't do the McDonald's because they got Captain Honolulu. And again, happy birthday, Darlene.
Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday, darling.
And we do have a sad note to end on, though. One of our Hamajangers, Nancy Nakamura, who we used to call the party starter, because she was always the first one. Let's get the party started. Passed away a few days ago. Many of the Hamajangers, not many, but a few have, and they're like, they are family to us. And people are wondering, hey, where's Nancy Nakamura? I said, well, unfortunately, she passed away, but peacefully in her sleep, I understand. So
That's the best way.
sleep well, you earned it. Okay? And thank you to everyone who have joined us. I'm going to hit the button. Thank you, Justine. Okay?
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, James.
Good to meet you.
Aloha, everybody.
Same
Bye now.
here.